Today's warm-up, we're going to be doing another order of operations, and it's going to include integers. So here's our problem that we're going to be starting with, and I was just changing a color here. Okay, so the first thing we always do is P parentheses, and that brings us right to this right here. Underlining the things I'm not doing. I've got -2 plus 12. Well, if I follow my rules, the signs are the same, find the sum. The signs are not the same. The signs are different, find the difference. That's what I'm doing. So the difference between the absolute values of -4 and 12, that would be 12 minus 4, of course, is 8. And I take the sign from the larger absolute value. That would be this, so it remains positive. And I'm going to bring down the rest of my problem now. Oh, that's kind of icky. We'll fix that. There you go. Sometimes it can be rather challenging to write with the stylus on this, but we manage. I think I do all right. Okay, so next, are there any more parentheses? Well, I do have a couple of numbers in parentheses, but there's nothing to be done with them. So I am, in fact, done with the parentheses. And I'm going to be moving on now to E, which is exponents. There are no exponents in this problem, so I can move right on down to multiplication and division. And that, of course, as always, is in order from left to right. So as I read across my problem, and remember left to right, it's like I read across a page, a book, anything like that. So the first thing I run into is this division problem right here. 14 divided by 2. Underline everything else. 20 minus 14 divided by 2 is 7, plus 2 times 8 times 5 plus -9. Moving right along, continue with multiplication and division in order from left to right. So I go to here. First thing I run into is 2 times 8. Underline everything else. 2 times 8 is 16. Bring down the rest of my problem. If it confuses you to write things backwards, certainly don't do that. I find it easier sometimes because it grows out. The way I think about it is it grows out from the thing that I just did. Okay, next, I still got some multiplication in there right here. Underline everything else. 16 times 5. Well, I know 10 times 5 is 50. 6 times 5 is 30. So 50 plus 30 more, that's going to give me 80. So I know some of you get nervous when you see these larger numbers. Like, I don't know my 16 tables. But you really don't need to. You just need to know how to manipulate those numbers. Okay, so now I'm done with the multiplication and division. So I'm going to move on to addition and subtraction, again in order from left to right. So obviously I've run out of room on this page. So I'm going to move on to a next page, and I am going to carry that over. Obviously in your notebook you don't need to rewrite this, but I'm going to rewrite it so that we know exactly what we're doing. So again, we are doing addition and subtraction in order from left to right. So the first thing I get to is 20 minus 7. 20 minus 7 is, of course, 13, plus 80, plus -9. Now I'm at 13 plus 80. That's 93, plus -9. Oh, here we are again. The signs are the same, find the sum. They're not the same. The signs are different, find the difference. So here I am, the signs are different. I know that I take the absolute values of both of these numbers. I've got 93 minus 9. Well, 93 minus 10 would be 83, but I'm not taking away 10, I'm taking away 9. So this would give me 84. The sign of the larger absolute value is right here. It's positive. So my final answer is 84.